Episode 101, No Dalmatians. Fellas, how we feeling?
Man. He got bars early.
Man, you know, coming ready. Told you, new energy for the next 100 episodes.
This morning podcast is the vibe.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Everyone got the coffee in? Rell still working on his?
Come on, man. You already know the
Celsius?
I'm going to get it after.
Woo! All right, well, be patient with Mickey.
Yeah. Okay. You know us Geminis.
Right?
I didn't even get a minute and I got that shit.
Already, I know, man. We're not even 30 seconds
we
in.
We're talk about Kanye. Kanye later. I got to get that shit off.
Here we go.
It's like a shot clock.
Right. I wanted to, a lot of you guys had some funny takes on the whole Pepas video thing. Posted it as a highlight video from your night. And some guys heard the podcast, and then their response in my DM to the podcast, not to anything I said directly to them, but their response was a video of them playing a song that wasn't the crowd going.
I got a couple of people that hit me up doing the same thing.
Yeah,
like look, I'm playing this. I said, dope.
So a few that I remember was Noisebox. Shout out to him from Louisiana. We got listeners in Louisiana.
Tight.
He had the place going crazy to international players.
Gee.
That's hold on.
Okay.
Yeah. And Steezy D, shout out to him, regular listener as well. He was playing We Are Young, and he even timestamped it at 12 a.m.
Yeah, We Are Young.
So shout out to those guys. I went to go see Omar at Time, Omar XV. And
Omar
Woods, Omar Wave God.
I don't know.
Much like Sean, he changes his name up every 10 minutes.
Changes his hair, changes his name.
Right. So I'll get into his set later, but he was telling me that what makes sense to him why DJs should post the Pepas recap or a highlight response is because a lot of people that aren't DJs that would follow a DJ may not know how not obnoxious, but how played out this is. So if you're just an average Joe going to the club and you see Omar's post and you say, "Damn, man, he has a pop in," you're probably not even thinking, "Oh, it's Pepas." Like everyone has a pop in the Pepas.
True.
So his whole thing was the average person doesn't like think like a DJ and just sees it as, "Damn, it looks like fun. I want to go." And I told him I get that. And ultimately, I don't care, but I get that. And I even mentioned that from a marketing standpoint. You know, some bookers don't really care. They just say, well, he's got to pop in. Like, I just need that little bit extra of a nudge to get me to book this guy. And this is what did it. So, yeah, shout out to those guys. Funny responses. I think Jason Craig played it at a UTEP game, and there was no response to it. And then someone said it was really low. During the game, the volume was really low, like on the loudspeaker.
Oh yeah.
And Jason's like, "Oh man, why didn't you tell me? Like I'm thinking like this track isn't working." So funny little exchange.
Maybe a little bit of both.
Them.
Who knows?
Yeah,
I've seen a couple rooms where like, no.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he said he was gonna play it on a boom bap night. I was like, bro, I already know how that's gonna go.
That'd have been fucking.
Unless you got a boom bap remix to it, chopped up.
Why not? Fuck it, man. Just throw them a curveball. Slip the rug underneath their feet. See what happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like that fucking meme at that wedding when he played "Turn Down for What" and went into what you call it? Fuck that kid. Fuck that dude up.
Dancing Queen.
Dancing Queen. Yeah. Chris Villa. Yeah.
Crazy.
But moving on, Mickey, you were in Ontario.
Well, shit. Speaking of Pepas not working.
Wait, hold on.
Did you play Pepas out there?
Wait, is Ontario is in the Inland Empire?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, because we got the whole Riverside thing confused. I want to make sure I know where my cities are now.
East of the 605 is Inland Empire.
Yeah. Got it. All right.
So and not Los Angeles. It's two different initials right there.
Some will call it Greater LA.
No.
Greater LA?
Greater LA.
Worser LA. I'm just kidding.
Oh, man.
Before KHJ, I got too many friends out there.
4 minutes in, you're already being canceled.
Yeah, no. I'm on my Kanye shit.
And they have to know where they live.
I'm an old school
They have to know where they live.
Yeah, no. I went to Ontario, played a mixed champagne launch. Shout out to Adam. Good friend of the pod. Long time friend of our, crew here. I honestly just don't really care to DJ anymore. But like this only like not that it was a bad experience, it was just an interesting experience. Like I guess interesting is the best word I could come up with. But basically, like, you know, I got there like 11:50-ish.
Oh, you're that guy. You're that
check
DJ.
out the vibe. Well, no, I wasn't on until like 12:15, 12:30. So
okay, all right.
I still had 30 minutes to absorb what was going on.
Yeah, good.
And shout out to the opener. He did a great job.
Who's it?
I think it was something Fader. I really feel bad that I forgot. But super nice guy, another chubby Hispanic bearded DJ.
Check the flyer you didn't post.
We're all there. Yeah, probably. Yo, speaking of which,
I know Adam was on your head about that, huh?
No, I didn't post it on my timeline.
But you posted on your story.
I don't even know what I'm getting paid, so I don't. Unless you tell me what I'm getting paid, I'm not posting shit on my timeline.
Right.
But I did post their flyer, and it's so funny because it was a Halloween night. So it was like, bro, like both versions of the flyer they sent me was just like super dark and creepy. I don't get the point of that. Like, what's the point of like doing some like horror night, like crazy horror nights ass
Halloween
type of flyer? Well, fuck that shit.
I mean, at least put a sexy schoolgirl.
No, I covered it with a bunch of teddy bears. Just like I didn't want to look at the flyer.
Wow,
Jesus.
But
that ain't even going on the feed. That's just a 24-hour post.
Yeah, exactly. So I can't find it, but sorry, guy. But super really great guy. Did a really good job opening. And yeah, I mean, I'll say this: on a typical night, Mix Champagne does not permit fitted hats or logos or
really
things of that nature.
Shit.
Yeah, like logos.
As soon as Mickey walks in, maybe, I'm ready to go home.
Maybe the DJ could get away with it.
That's fine.
You know what I mean? And guests, you know, probably. But they have a pretty solid dress code. And again,
they've been having rough crowds.
I would assume
that's usually the case.
Some of the neighborhoods,
Greater LA.
Some of the neighborhoods, you know,
worser LA.
Yeah. So, man. But like I say this, like, look, they've done an amazing job. The venue got a remodel since I was last there. Mm-hmm. It looks amazing. The hospitality is great. Everything was awesome. But this particular night, right? I'm sure it's one time. You know, it's Halloween, so there is no dress code.
Yeah.
So you could be there in anything.
Was it on Halloween night or that weekend, like that
Saturday?
It
was the Saturday night.
Okay.
So Halloween was Sunday, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So midnight celebration of Halloween. Sure. And so everybody clearly took advantage of the dress code. They just pulled up in whatever they were in. Some costumes, not as many. And then, but definitely a lot of like, you know, claiming where they stand, you know, where like how things are going. A lot of paisley, bandana underwear, and hanging out.
And those weren't costumes.
No.
What side of the pocket? Was it the right pocket
uniform.
or the left pocket? Was bandana hanging out on the left side or the right side?
Right side on that night. So
what colors? What was the popular color?
Listen, Roddy Ricch and
trouble. You gotta get this man in trouble out
Let's say Roddy Ricch and Nipsey Hussle were popular people classes that night.
Shout out.
But no, so it was just, I'll say this. When you have a divided crowd, like literally divided, where it's like sections of people are like joined together, and then on the other side it's kind of the same deal. Like, it's almost like you're kind of like, everybody on the right, everybody on the left. And you're just kind of like playing for each side as the night progresses, right? So like, guys to my right, DJ booth, literally right in front of your face, like, can like reach over if they needed to, whatever, right? That side wanted Beano. They wanted Blue Bucks Clan.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted
Little League go crazy.
What like and let's say this, like,
the Beat Source.
Shout out to DJ Fun. You know, I didn't even try. Because I didn't want anybody to know I had Wi-Fi, because somebody wanted me to play their record because they were friends with YG, and it would make the club go off. Right. So
and
my Wi-Fi didn't work. No,
according to that person.
According to everybody, I was like, my Wi-Fi don't work. So it was just really interesting. And then, you know, I'm not gonna throw this person on the bus, but I kind of am. The dude on the mic, I'm not gonna say his name.
I know exactly who the fuck you talking about.
So, dude on the mic, at one point, keep in mind, this is like And it's so difficult when you're in that spot as a DJ and as like catering to the person that booked you. Adam did a great job of communicating. He would tell me like what he would prefer versus like what might work, what might not work. That I would dictate that. And when it felt like we were going a little too
left,
right, a little too right, then he'd be like, yo, shift it back to the left, like shift it over. So then
for the girls.
Yes. And so I did that and it felt very flat.
Yeah.
I went for the girls, I went for the Latin, I went for the Pepas, I went for the Baila Conmigo, I went for the, all the Latin joints. And the left side was vibing. And from what I heard, the like area where I couldn't see was jumping. Like to where like fellas were enjoying themselves more than others. And it was a great time, but I felt so flat and awkward.
Yeah. Because staring at you.
You said it, not me. So they're just waiting for like the time, for things to change over. And that's just like the most awkward, like it's time. Like it's just like, oh God, like why am I here? Like,
well, you mentioned Fawn and then you cut yourself off.
Yes. So I had to give a shout out to DJ Fawn because I feel like I guess this is something we could bring up as a DJ general thing, but like I'm not ashamed or shy to ask a DJ. I think in the past I was, but like I'll ask them straight up for a playlist.
Yeah.
And like I heard Fawn DJ in Houston a couple times, different venues, and I say, yo, can you just run me your playlist real quick, just because I want to see if there's any like main records I'm missing, right? Like I think people respect me enough in the game.
Yeah.
Like that I've been doing it long enough that I'm not going to go in there and try to bite your transitions.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to see what the bones are.
Yeah.
And then from there, I'll do whatever I'm going to do.
Trying to read the candlesticks.
Just trying to see where it's at. So, so he shot me like 3 different nights, like 3 different types of nights. And obviously Houston's going to be very different than what I walked into, which was a super LA ass.
Yeah.
Like things that he probably doesn't even have in his crates. He might, because he's well versed. So shout out to Fawn. I appreciate you. But that didn't help me much for that night.
I wouldn't imagine it did.
No. Should have hit a Rell.
Could have. I definitely would have took care of you. Listen here, brother. Listen.
Oh, Ontario?
Yeah,
here you go.
Ontario's different. It's different out there,
Green
bro.
pill. But yeah, so just, Pepas worked in like 30% of the club. Very flat on the other side. But, overall, great time. I think it was just a good story to tell. And what was fun for me, at least, was like the energy for, whatever Beano Blue Bucks record I had. I think it was Creepin' that I played. It went crazy. Mm-hmm. Probably biggest record of the night was Roddy Ricch Late at Night. Mm-hmm. Like everybody's just singing along. Mm-hmm. And then what I really kind of took advantage of in that situation was, since that was the biggest record, I legit took a huge turn and went straight into like 2000s R&B, and then just kept them there pretty much the like, I would say from like 1:15 to close, which was like 2. Mm-hmm. And it worked like a charm. And everybody was super like happy, mellowed out, trying to close the deal, take their girl home, do whatever. And it worked on like general overall.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Would I have loved to live there the whole night? I don't know if that would have made sense, but we did what we had to do.
Yeah. You find a nice little safe pocket to be in.
Yeah, for everybody.
Yeah.
And we could all go home happy.
Exactly.
Because like the one dude that's yelling at me for not being able to play his homie's record is like
you'll live, bro.
Staring in his girl's eyes singing Chris Brown, yo. Like, reliving his middle school days. Like, so that was a fun transition of the night.
Yeah. So it seems like it's not so much that you're sick of DJing. You just, those unique kind of crowds are just not like more challenging than you want them to be. Like unnecessarily challenging.
It's not, I guess the word is challenging, right? I don't have the time to prepare for, like for something like that.
If it ain't a layup, don't call me.
Yeah, essentially. You know what I mean? Like, if I can use my brand, if I can use what I bring to the table, which is typically people to spend some money and like, good energy. But yeah, in certain scenarios, it's just like, okay, cool. Maybe This is partly me being underprepared, partly me reminding myself why this is like, you can't just take a gig half-assed, right? Like, and partly, I don't know. Yeah, I guess it is. I guess it is a reminder. I do enjoy certain things. Like, I don't know. If I walked into like a Sadiq, I would feel good going into it, right? Because you don't got to prepare new records too much for something like that, right? Yeah. But if you walk into a situation where it's like very niche and type of crowd, I guess at that point it's just like, all right, like,
about being prepared.
I would rather go out there a couple times and hear how other people do it.
Yeah. You ain't driving a Pomona.
No.
Just to get an idea of what's going on.
No, thank you, my friend.
No, it's definitely a one-off situation, and I appreciate Adam. You know, I think I at the end of the day, it was a good time. It was just interesting feeling, you know.
Yeah.
Adam would bring you out of, I guess you're not in retirement, but and sort of say Adam would bring you out to DJ knowing that you don't do it that much.
Yeah, I know, for sure.
Rell.
Yes, sir.
You were all over the place last few weekends. Break it down.
Since Halloween weekend?
Yeah.
What did I do?
You did a joint with the cat with Night Train?
Classic Cat, that was recently.
Where was that?
That's Classic Cat. So Classic Cat is
what it used to be.
What was
I don't know what anything is. I just need to know what it used to be.
To be honest with you, I don't know what Classic Cat used to be before, but it's on Sunset right by like the Roxy and all that, like, West Hollywood area.
Across from Amoeba? Around Amoeba?
Nah, Amoeba is like by Cahuenga.
Okay.
So I'm talking about like towards Doheny. Where
on the west side.
Yeah, on the west side.
Okay.
Where like Soho House and everything and all that stuff is over there. So it's over there.
Yep.
It's a cool, like, you can't see it from like driving by. You wouldn't even notice it. You literally gotta like park and walk over there and go, oh, it's right here.
Yeah.
Right. But dope inside. Food really, like, the venue itself is plush. They sell food till like 1 a.m. And their menu is really good. Good drinks. Shout out to Night Train, man. He brought me in. Night Train does these. He's been doing these parties called The Tribe, and then him and his boys started another one, and it's called Must Be Nice. Tribe was a day party. This one's a nighttime joint. This was their second one.
Must be night.
And they had asked me to come in. They asked me to come in and DJ with them. And I was like, of course, my people came out. We had a great time. Like, it was one of those parties where you just have fun. Like,
yeah, it looked fun and it looked sexy in there too.
Yeah, it did. It was good. And Train was just like, yo, just do you, play whatever the fuck you want to play. Like, just have a good time with it, have fun. And that's where we went. We went in there and we had a great time. Everyone got smacked.
Yeah.
But I did that Halloween weekend. Shout out to Bella Fiasco. I did her 444 party at Lock and Key. That was really fun. Me and Ever, Vice showed up.
Oh shit!
Yeah, Vice showed up. Vice pulled up, and he was like, "I guess Vice. We've known Vice for a minute, but Vice has never been in a spot that I've DJ'd at. Right, so that was like his first time hearing me. And he was like DMing me or whatever. He had hit me up on Instagram. And he was like, bro, like, that shit was dope. You know what I mean? I was listening to it on the way there because she was streaming it. And then when he got there, like, I was just finishing my set and Ever was getting on. But that was like, Bella's party was really dope. I've been to the first one she did.
How often does she do it? Once a month?
She does it once a month. She's been doing it once a month. Her first two were day parties because they were during this, like, the tail end of the summer into the fall. And this was the first time she did it at night. And it was packed.
Yeah.
Packed. Like, I mean, my set was at 11 o'clock. 11:15. And I got there like maybe like 10:30-ish.
Yeah.
And there was a line down the street.
Yeah.
Bro. And they started at 10.
Yeah. Lock and Key is
like, yeah, Lock and Key. I mean, Lock and Key already has that reputation. Yeah. But then you just add her, her crowd and her night on top of it. And I was like, oh shit. So shout out to those guys. Yeah, even the guys that run, women that, run Lock and Key, they had hit me up and they were like, yo, we would love to have you come in here and just, do your own night or just come in and DJ or whatever. I've known them for a while. It's Roxy and Raquel. Raquel runs, she basically is like management. She does the IG and everything. And she had hit me up and she was just like, you're still one of my favorite DJs fucking from Infusion.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
And she was just like, I would love to have you go. I was like, yeah, of course, let me know. Because we went back when Bad and Mike Danger were doing their night. They're doing a night there.
Everybody got a night there.
Yeah, I mean, Lock and Key.
Tony Handsome's got a night there.
Tony Handsome and Omar. Yeah, they all do nights there at Lock and Key. Though. But Lock and Key, because it's a vibe. It has that indoor outdoor. Same thing with them. They serve food until like I think 1 a.m.
Let's go find out what day's open for MikiDZ.
Hey man, I'm trying to tell you. Listen, we got the plug. So if you guys want to run it, let's do it. So yeah, I did that night. Saturday I had a private. Sunday on Halloween I did Rush Street in Culver City. Shout out to Looney. DJ Looney brought me in to do his night on Halloween, and they had the Rain 1 controller, and my fucking laptop wouldn't connect.
Oh shit.
Right, so Waddy and I were sitting there and we were like, yo, trying to figure this shit out. We didn't change the adapter. We didn't change the USB cord. And we were like, yo, what the fuck? Like, you know, my shit is up to date. Like, I got everything. Like, and there's no reason for my shit not to, what you call it? So I ended up just leaving my laptop open. And he was like, yo, just use my laptop. I'm sure I got everything that you would play anyway. So my set was more on the safer side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was quote unquote headliner. I didn't go until 12:30. So I was like, all right, cool, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, all right, I already know. I was like, I have an idea of like the shit that I would play since it's all tracks that
a lot of typing.
Play. A lot of typing.
Yeah.
All typing.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, like every track was a type track. I had to. So basically, what I did is left my laptop open and went to like a playlist that I would normally play and like, all right, let me see this track and then type in on his what you call it. So still had a solid set, even though I was using someone else's laptop. And, the crowd was, responsive for the most part and whatnot. Ended that night, unplugged. I was like, yo, fuck this. I got to figure this shit out because that's just going to bother me. Like, I don't want to run into this situation again. So it just turned out that I was on port B. And then when I unplugged his laptop and plugged mine in port A, it popped up. So then I later found out that that's an issue that Rain 1 has. I was talking to some of my tech, experts. It wasn't some of my tech and he was like, yeah, that's an issue that a lot of DJs have experienced.
So say that again. The issue is that the second port on the Rain will give you issues. Port B will give you issues and may not connect. You got to mess with it a little bit for it to pop up. You got to jiggle it, or
something like that.
Shit.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I plugged it in.
More than twice you're playing with it.
Hey, I mean, shit, we was playing with it.
They were playing with
it. So yeah, but I mean, overall, the night was dope. Fast forward to the next week, we did cherry popping. So my wife, myself, and then Waddy, we did cherry popping, and cherry popping was, from what I was heard, that it was kind of slow the last couple of weeks, and they brought me in because my boy Dainjazone couldn't do it. So they were like, yo, just bring in whoever you want to bring. I was like, all right, cool, whatever. So I brought the family in. And man, they came over to me and they were like, it hasn't been like this in a while. And I was like, hey man, I got y'all, man. So we had fun doing that shit. That was a vibe. And I did, believe it or not, I did a private at Beauty and Essex on Saturday for one of the owners of Tao Group.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So that was dope. That went crazy.
One of the owners.
Yeah. That was dope. They went crazy. The staff there loved me.
What was your set like? Mostly hip hop?
No, it was all over.
Nice.
I played Pepas. I played a lot of, it was open format shit that I was playing, but it was mostly, I would say, a good 67% hip hop.
Yeah.
And then the rest was like kind of all over. But I got into the Pooh Shiesties and shit like towards the end of the night. And then, all the
he was back in blood.
Yeah. All the work was like, yeah, like they're going crazy. So did that. And then we on Sunday night we did Night Train's joint, Classic Cat. So yeah, I was moving around the last couple of weeks. So
yeah.
So I put in the group chat. Rell everywhere.
I have those weeks where I'm like, oh, everything is like I'm doing everything. But yeah, then this weekend. I'm with you this weekend, my guy.
Yeah.
I mean, by the time this records, by the time this airs, we would already have been out there.
Yeah.
So I go to Atlantic City with you, and then I go from Atlantic City to Charleston because my wife and I have to go to a wedding. We come back for a day, and then I have to go to New York because I'm spending in New York.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, all right.
Where in New York?
I'm doing a spot called Sweetie out there, and then on Friday I'm doing what's the name of the spot on Friday? I forgot. But all the spots are in like the East Village and shit like that. Cool lounges and whatnot. Shout out to
C-Flow.
C-Flow. C-Flow, aka Coleman, man, he's been taking care of me a lot and hooking it up. So, yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, man, I had a pretty quiet last few weekends, but I did step out to Time Nightclub. It was my first time being there since before COVID.
Where is Time at?
It's where Sutra used to be.
Oh.
Not the same space, but like a level lower and on the other side.
On the ground floor, right?
Yeah.
Got you.
You know they got Sevilla's in that plaza now too?
Really?
Yeah, they got it's brand new.
Oh shit.
I don't know. I think it's next to where Sutra used to be. But yeah, so I wanted to step out and both my friends were opening. Omar XV was opening on Friday and then Taylor Jamin was opening on Saturday.
So you spent the weekend out there?
I should have. Should have just got a room.
Oh, so you drove back and forth?
Yeah.
You don't pay for gas.
I don't pay for gas.
Yeah, you got Tesla.
So Tessie with my bestie.
Yeah. So with Omar, it's funny because he got on at 11, and I think it's just a Valentino Khan type of crowd, like a specific kind of crowd. Because it was actually the floor was packed when I walked in, like around 10:45 or so, 10:30, and they just looked like they're ready to go. And they were responding to what her name is Michelle. I think she's a newer DJ. They were responding to what she was playing before Omar got on, and then Omar got on her first song. It was like a hip hop song that built up into a house drop, but they went crazy for it. So I'm showing love. I posted a video with the fireball. Yeah, just like, damn, out the gate, 1 for 1, And then the next track, like, I don't think it's like it's not a pop, it's not like a Billboard chart or anything like that, but I think it's the Tokyo song, but it was chopped up. The way it was chopped up, and it wasn't 4 on the floor. It was like more like what's the Brazilian shit?
Bali Funk?
It was more like, I think it was more like that.
Okay.
But regardless, it was completely different. And though, it just wasn't an obvious song, but they were going crazy to him. I'm like, oh, 2 for 2, 2 fireballs, And but he just kept it going. And I know in my head, I did not talk to him about it, but in my head, he could have just kept hitting them with heater after heater. But I think he considered his time slot and was like, all right, let me let shit ride out. Let me play shit that's familiar, but not gonna have him go crazy. Because there's certain parts of some of the songs he played. I'm thinking, and of course I'm thinking as a headliner, but I'm thinking I would have mixed out of this by now, but he let it ride. And I'm thinking, okay, with this time slot, yeah, I guess I would let it ride too, because we're not trying to bust anybody's head open right now. But he did a really, really good job. And I don't know if you guys have been to a Valentino Khan set. This shit is bananas.
I haven't.
Dude, like, even if you don't like house or EDM or fucking trap or dubstep or whatever, the man played everything. It was fucking bananas. His visuals are some of the funniest visuals I've ever seen.
Yo. I was crazy. Like, yo, them shits is insane.
Some of the funniest visuals I've ever seen. You can't take the dude. You can't. My whole thing is, if anyone has a handlebar mustache, you can't take them serious. I don't think they take themselves serious, right? Maybe they did in the 80s. They were like tough guy macho man, but I don't think it's a serious case now. So he has the handlebar, and he's been rocking this for as long as I've known him, or known he's existed. But just an incredible. I only needed a half hour. I was like, all right, I got an hour drive. I'm good. Like, I see it, I get it. He played the Sonolito.
Yeah.
He played that shit just out of nowhere, but it was smooth. And the place, like Time Nightclub, Orange County, you're either Asian, Hispanic, or white. Mostly a lot of Asians. But, a heavy representation of Hispanic people. And when he dropped that,
they went crazy.
I'm just like, man, these are all cheat codes. Like, just fireball after fireball, man. It was so dope to just see that kind of reaction in that room. The room is very similar to like what Marquee in Vegas would look like. So it's kind of intimate, but there is space for tables. So then I went the next night. And it was Taylor and Rehab, and that was more like your traditional house. Not to say, like, from an energy standpoint, maybe a notch lower, but it's like a Rehab's more like a big room house guy.
Sure.
So he's gonna give you like not the classic house set, but like anything that ranges from 2011 to, I don't know, today.
Yeah.
from what I saw, and I was probably there for about a half hour, but Taylor did a great job opening. Like he set the mood right. I think there was only 2 tracks I knew. Everything else was just like some cool techie shit. And then Rehab got on, and like I know Rehab said big room, big drops, and I was like, all right, cool, seen enough. I'm out of here. But it was a good. But his crowd, I think his people were there, and they responded to everything he played. It was just a completely different crowd than Valentino Khan. But I enjoyed seeing both. And shit, man, that was it for my weekend adventures. I don't think I went anywhere else. We just got the AC thing. HQ again. By the time you hear this, I'll already have it completed, so we'll have to recap it on the next podcast.
Yes, sir.
But Jason did
Rell
say,
smacked.
we're gonna get into that. Rell, I have an assignment for you.
Nah, bro.
I got an assignment for you the night I DJ. I'm getting a bottle of something.
I got you.
You call it.
I got you.
Understood the assignment.
Uh-huh.
You got a room 5 minutes away from where you'll be standing
That's fine.
that night. All right, you don't got to be up very early.
I don't. That's right.
We got
My
like
flight is 30 minutes after yours.
We got like a 3:30 departure.
Cool. Yep.
Yeah.
So listen.
It's
gonna be a good night.
Do you
play as you will?
Hey.
But all right, moving on. Mickey only lasted 30 seconds before he threw out the word Gemini. Mickey, what are your thoughts on the Kanye interview? This is your guy. I mean, you hit us up in the chat room before we can even open up our app, and you're just like, anybody see it? Anybody see it?
I gave y'all a day.
No, it came out Saturday morning, right?
Nah, it came out that night.
Friday morning. Oh, okay, you did. All right, I thought it came out Saturday morning.
No, I gave y'all a day.
Okay, my bad.
I soaked it in that night.
Did you go back to it?
I have gone back to it.
Okay.
Like with the audio. So like I watched the video, I think it was Friday night. And was it Friday night or was it Thursday night?
It was Friday morning. It didn't get released Friday morning?
No, it was nighttime.
It was nighttime.
was
Yeah,
Thursday
I think it was Thursday night, Friday morning. Yeah, because I was out of town Saturday. So yeah, Thursday night, and I was like, damn, this shit dropped kind of not, I guess, late. It was like 9. It was like probably like 7:00 our time.
Our time. I wouldn't
Something
say
like
something
that,
like
right?
that. Yeah.
And then I was like, oh man, here we go. Like this is gonna be interesting. And I think I started watching it when I finally got home that night, which is probably about like 10:30, 11. And I've been trying to go to sleep early. And I'm like, you know what? I'll just watch a little bit. Bruh.
You watched the whole fucking thing.
I legit, and I don't know why I did this, but I legit watched the whole thing except for the last
what you were getting into.
Except for the last 16 minutes. For whatever reason. I was like, I'll wait for tomorrow to finish this. And so just watched it, and then obviously the next day I talked to you guys about it and see what you guys thought. But yeah, I mean, look, Kanye is Kanye, Ye is Ye.
And Ye is gonna
Ye, you know. And so he's gonna be a Gemini, as he says. He owns that shit like I do, and
Old school Gemini.
And you know, a lot of greats in the music industry were Geminis, and they think the way they think they are the way they are, and there's no filter sometimes. And in his case, not much filter at all. I was talking to my girl, and I was like, man, like, imagine if I just let it rip, just like out the mouth, just like throw up whatever the fuck I'm thinking. Like, God damn, I'd be like, not where I am today.
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. That's the one thing you kind of gotta respect about Ye is that he just has that word vomit, and he doesn't care about.
Well, you can put that to the side and just like looking at his upcoming, you can put all that honesty to the side and be like, bro, he's talented.
Yeah,
you just got to deal with it.
It's just, you have to.
He's a genius. He's a visionary in my eyes. I think the public, for the most part, and I'll, you know, I disagree with some of the way he does things because it's his ego. Like his ego gets in the way of some of the greatness that he possesses, and I know people will discredit him because of his like wild shit that he does or wild shit that he says. But at the end of the day, like I'm pretty sure just because he said some wild shit, like people have said just as crazy, if not crazier, behind closed doors. He's just not afraid
1000%
to put it on a platform and take the consequences, right? Like, and you know, again, may not disagree. He probably, I'm sure he doesn't have a publicist because goddamn,
Publicist
that's
job.
a gig.
Yeah, man.
Is that a gig?
How many fires is that publicist putting out?
Right. So, but I think he had a lot of great things to say. Unfortunately, sprinkled with some shit that you probably could have kept to yourself. You know.
Yeah.
But at the core of it, like he does think differently than anybody else. Respectfully, like trying, like he says a lot of times, like this is why I'm here and this is why this person's there. And although that's not maybe the appropriate way of saying it, but I agree. But I agree that he is a different type of person. That's why he is where he is. You know. But I mean, look, overall, huge entertainment play there, and Nori really, like, I mean, well, you could get Jay, right? Like Hove is probably like the last,
the ultimate
in the hip hop scene, right? Maybe Drake,
Drake and Jay, yeah.
But I don't know. But Drake is gonna give you his political running for vice president speech, not not like transparent Kanye. So
yeah, when Drake does an interview, it's like stay away from these topics and stick to some safe shit. Yeah. At least every Drake interview I've seen, it's like
very pronunciated words.
Yeah.
I like Nori is funny as an interviewer. Yo, Nori, I'm just like, nigga,
he is funny.
Like, bro, who gave this man a mic?
He's
I was like, oh man, but yo, shout out to Nori, man, because only Nori could get fucking Ye on a fucking show to get him to drink and smoke on and let him talk his shit. I was like, whose idea was like, that's already bringing somebody, even when he's sober, is out of this world, and let's intoxicate him and to see what he's got to say.
I'll tell you, one thing that really stood out to me was when, like, and no one else can think like this because no one else is a billionaire, but he said, I'm so rich, I don't have a home. And I had to wrap my head around that. I'm just like, wait, what? Like, how is that possible? And then, he continued to talk about it and how he's just like I think like compared himself to Moses or someone from a biblical standpoint, how they just travel around. And I could only think of like, all right, you're changing your clothes. Like he said his home is his backpack or his house is his backpack and his home is his kids. And, that's deep. And even Nori was like, oh, that's deep. That's dope. And then, so I'm trying to think, but when you go from state to state, city to city to your temporary housing, who's like, where are your clothes? Like, are you so rich that you just have your garments and your shirts and jackets and pants, like just waiting for you in your hotel room?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's crazy to me.
No, he explained it. He got the CEO of Balenciaga to take him to the Balenciaga store and get underwear and whatever he needed for free.
Right.
Like he could swap out. I mean, he's wearing black on black on black.
Right.
He could swap that out. You know what I mean? Like, not at all comparing my life to his, because his is obviously like his shit is crazy, right? But like, I have this habit where like I legit own the same shirt, the same pair of shorts, the same the same gray shirt, the same black shirt, the same black shorts,
paper planes,
multiple,
and I own fucking 50 of each. Like, damn, Grand Running Club shorts.
Yeah,
it'll either be the standard run one or the ones with the underwear in it with the compression. And then shout out to DJ Crooked, a new gray shirt, heather shirt, or paper planes, black on black tee. And I literally have a drawer filled with each one of those single items. But it's like that. When I started to realize, like, and I'm speaking for myself, when I started to realize that I can cut down on any sort of decision making when I walk out the door, like it genuinely like makes my life easier.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to think about shit.
I don't want to think about what I have to put on.
I'll rotate my hand. I'll rotate my shoes.
Exactly.
Yeah. I literally got the same. I just realized I got the same fucking songs every time. Yeah. Stance, low cut. Like, we sell them at themagparty.com.
Well, that's what they say about like the
shameless plug
and the paper planes.
You know, up in San Francisco, the tech guys, like, they wear just the most basic shit and the same shit. And
it's rich shit. Like, the most rich, basic tees. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
The quality.
Like $500 black shirt. Motherfucker, what?
Yeah.
Hey, man, listen.
Yeah, there was, there's a lot of things that stood out, but something else jumped out. Oh, and so I listened to Joe Budden recap on that, and they did a great job of breaking every detail down.
I gotta listen to
that.
Oh, man, I can imagine what Joe had to say.
And they mentioned his gloves and how he was wearing gloves. And they said, and Joe's take on that was he's wearing gloves because when he goes to shake hands with anybody, he doesn't want your energy. Like, he's so picky about who he gets energy from that he wears gloves because he doesn't want your energy, whatever you're going through, might be a close friend, doesn't want whatever you're going through to fuck up what he's got going on.
I just thought he was a germaphobe, but that makes sense.
Could be. Right. It could be, but it wasn't clear why he was wearing gloves, but that was Joe's theory. And I thought, damn, like, that's next. I mean, for me, that's next level. I would never think to wear gloves because I don't want any of your energy, you know, and all that. And yeah, I don't know, that just stood out to me, but definitely check out that recap.
Yeah.
Worth a listen.
I fucks with Ye, man. I don't give a shit what he's talking about. I love Ye. That shit's entertaining as fuck. I don't care. Y'all can cancel him if
and the Soulja Boy response.
Yo, bro.
Yo.
Listen. He gonna ruffle some fucking feathers, man, and that's what I love about him.
I think Soulja Boy was like, cool, I can capitalize on this.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Let me get my shit together. What? What?
Ye posted today, this morning, that he texted him.
He texted Soulja?
Yeah. He's just like, yo, I'm sorry. I should have told you that I left you off. Or sorry, I couldn't tell you that I left you off. And then Soulja Boy responded, that's all I wanted, bro. Thank you. Love you.
Yeah.
They both said, like, love you. You know, like, it's, and that's the other thing about Kanye. And I've been here many times.
They're Geminis, man.
Yeah.
It's two sides of it.
We'll fucking ruffle hella feathers and then come back and be like,
I fucked up.
We're like a Sour Patch.
Right?
First we're sour, then we're sweet.
Yeah.
So
that's a fucking great description.
First they're sour. Mickey is a Sour Patch.
Man.
Someone get a meme going.
Oh, man. That's great.
Put a Sour Patch head on Mickey.
Oh, God.
Or Mickey's head on a Sour Patch.
Yeah. No, but look, man. It was dope. It was really great to see it. He's one of a kind for our generation.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Moving on. Obviously sadder news. The whole Astroworld thing. Mickey shook me up. I was at Time Nightclub, and he sends me someone's storyline. What was that? Nasir?
I don't know who. Yeah, I forgot his name.
And it says hundreds dead. I'm like, what? And I'm looking through, and the next video is someone being carted off. He's got a blue face, like he just, like, you know, it's a dead body, and they just kept this videos kept going. I'm like, and I'm shook. I'm like, what the hell? Like, I'm thinking there's a bad drug going around, and if hundreds are dying, like, shit, man, there's something going on. And obviously it turned out not to be hundreds. And I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying, like, my reaction, how it all came to me in the moment.
I didn't post that shit.
Yeah.
Just send it to you.
Don't kill the messenger.
And I hate that guy did that. Hundreds dead.
Right. No, when you reflect on that now, like, it's like, damn,
it
bro.
Was so like, it took me to a dark place.
Irresponsible.
I'm like, why?
Right.
After, realizing, okay, it's not hundreds, maybe hundreds hurt.
It was hundreds injured, yeah.
But, like, why would you do that? Like, that's how sick this world is. But I wanted to, I won't get you guys' thoughts, but I wanted to read something that came across my desk this morning.
Gotta pay for the subscription.
No, don't get out of there. Don't try. So it says, what is this? It's cron.com. I don't know if it's a reliable source or not, but I guess worth the convo. Astroworld staff instructed to refer to dead concert goers as Smurfs, according to event plan. Astroworld staff was instructed to refer to dead concert goers as Smurfs, according to 56-page security and emergency medical response plan obtained by CNN, authored by Austin, Texas-based concert promoter Scoremore. The wide-ranging document outlines contingencies and instructions for staff responding to different situations at festivals, which ended Friday night with the deaths of 8 concert goers. They go on, it's 50,000 ticketed fans. They mention the age of a few of them. And they also mention, so there's like code words for different situations.
Yeah, so Smurf is just a code word so that people don't freak out.
Right. You don't want to say, this guy's dead.
Cold black, cold red.
And then they had a name, they used Adam for something too. Oh, here it is. The document does, however, include protocols for active shooter situations and bomb threats, as well as another situation code word for reporting a child who has gone missing on the premises. Code Adam is also instructed the staff to watch individuals attempting to arouse the crowd, monitor behavior. I don't know. That just caught me. I'm not involved in any of like what goes on in concerts, so
yeah,
I just thought that was interesting. It's kind of crazy to call him Smurf.
No, it's preparation.
I understand the preparation, but because I have a visual of what someone looks like suffocated in their blue.
Yeah, but that happened before the event.
Right. But I'm just saying.
That just happened to be
when
a
I put
coincidence.
I understand. I'm just saying when I put it all together, it looks a little nasty in my head. But I understand there's protocols and you can't say dead, shooter. You have to give it code names.
You're going to see a fucking panic.
I saw one video of you can see the ambulance or cop car going through the crowd, maybe a little bit closer than the middle, closer to the stage. And it looked like Travis was just ignoring it. And I thought, I'm not going to say if I don't know anybody because I don't know exactly if he saw it or not, but it looked like he had a clear visual of red and blue lights. And he didn't stop to just say, yo, let him through, let them do their thing, or just put a little pause. Because if there's cop cars going, something's going on, you're not just going to do that because someone got their foot stepped on. And I thought that was a little funky. That looked a little funky from where I was standing watching the video on my phone, and this dude just ignored it. I don't know. You guys have any thoughts on what happened?
I mean, I've been to fucking 3 or 4 Travis's shows, and I've been to ones where they were more intimate, like at the Observatory in Santa Ana. But
early.
Yeah, and then I've also been to ones where he's done the Staples Center or Kendrick Lamar. And in my experience, Travis is always, even seeing him in person and seeing clips of his shows, he knows that he gets people to rage, and he knows he gets people to mosh pit and shit like that. And he's known to always when shit gets out of control, he'll stop the show and just be like, yo, I appreciate the love, I appreciate the rage, but we gotta be safe about it. You know what I mean? And that's just based off of my experience. I've seen him stop shows and just be like, yo, we gotta do this shit carefully. We don't want nobody getting injured, no one getting hurt. So I can't imagine if he honestly saw someone getting hurt, or to your point, seeing an ambulance coming through his whole fucking crowd, that he would just continue doing on the show. So I was like, nah, he probably didn't hear shit. He didn't see it. And then there is a clip of him being like, yo, him stopping, being like, yo, you know what I mean? Trying to figure out what was going on in the crowd and everything like that. So again, I wasn't there. We none of us were. We were all just watching whatever clips and whatever headlines. And obviously you guys saw a wrong, headline that, wasn't true at all. So you can't always believe what you read or whatnot. Yeah. I just, I feel bad that this happened. I mean, to me, I think most of the blame is on the venue and the city, man. I mean, this ain't
underprepared.
Yeah, this ain't the first time Travis has done Astroworld, let alone a concert or a festival in the city. You know what I mean? It's up to them to be like, listen, I'm gonna have 50,000 fucking people here. Get the right personnel here, security guards and stuff like that. Make sure that everything is set up properly so everyone can come in here and have a good time safely. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it didn't happen. And you know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate, to the families that lost loved ones in this circumstance. But you blaming Travis, I don't think is the right way to go. Or Drake, they even said that, I saw a headline that they were suing Drake too.
Yeah, because he came out.
Yeah, it was Drake was a guest there. You know what I'm saying? Why would you sue him for it? You know what I mean? But I'm sure that Travis is going to do everything in his power to, make sure that the families are taken care of, and he's going to send their, his blessings and whatnot to those families and make sure that the ones that were injured are taken care of. But I mean, the lawsuits are coming, bro.
Yeah, they're following in.
Yeah, the lawsuits are coming. And again, it's unfortunate. it's unfortunate for the fans. It's unfortunate for the people that lost their loved ones. You know what I mean? Like when Houston, you may not. Houston, we got a problem. You may not see a festival or anything like that to that capacity for a while.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's more of a Live Nation than it is like a state thing. Like because they partner with Live Nation, so now Live Nation is going to be under investigation on how they do their concerts. Like I was talking to Phenom about it, and he was saying like he didn't have any like details of them being in trouble, but moving forward, like it's going to be a little rocky for them because they're going to have a close eye on are they prepared for 50,000 people or whatever the number is. And now you need to overstaff. You might need to set up security tents or emergency tents. Like you have like the sound area in the middle. Yeah. You may need to set that up so you have easier access. And you just got to deal with it, like for precautionary reasons.
I mean, I think just based off, because we're talking about Texas, and Texas doesn't have a lot of the mandates and stuff that other states have in place. So I think there'll be a little bit more, control. There'll be more of a controlled, chaotic, atmosphere in other states because of those mandates that are in place right now. Texas is just free range right now. You know what I mean? And I think that will play a huge part in it. But yeah, like I said, damn, Texas, bro.
It's just a bad time.
Yeah, it is.
Like it's like the way our generation, or the current generation, I should say, kind of like operates, right? Like versus, I know, I was talking to Kobe about this, and like, Pearl Jam had 10 people pass away at one of their concerts. Mm-hmm.
There's references to Lollapaloozas in the past.
Yeah, there's definitely all these festivals.
Heard of Matt, who I work with, he brought up to me there was a rock band where they had pyrotechnics light the building on fire and people couldn't get out.
Shit.
Like this has happened in the past, and all of these artists have had careers beyond those
incidents. Yeah.
And so, I mean, you got to feel for Travis. I think Joe would maybe be able to give the best response to this, but like, when you're on stage, the lights are bright and it's not always easy to look out very far, if you will. Yeah. And I know there's like protocol, there's like certain lights that go up if things are going wrong. And, Travis has a history of stopping shows and doing whatever they have to do. It's on the recording. But at the same time, it just doesn't look good. It just doesn't look very good for what's going on. And it doesn't help that you got your conspiracy folks who,
of course, say
he sacrificed people. And,
oh my God, y'all reaching with that
Jesus.
One.
Like Jesus. But it's like it's just a tough time. So I'm curious to see how it all progresses. With everything he touches, like whether it be in our world, sneakers and apparel and things like of that nature. Like. If I post a Travis Scott shirt on our store Instagram tomorrow, are we gonna get hate?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I was thinking from it because of what happened. I'm thinking, well, when you were DJing those concerts and we did a bunch of festivals in Europe that were 50K plus easy. And the worst I would see is like someone hanging over the rail, just dehydrated. Yeah. And there was always security there to pick them up, pull them out, give them water, make sure they're taking care of it. And they don't throw them right back where they were, but they just like, all right, you can go around and got to work your way back to the front, I guess. But, and that's the thing, whether it was at night or during the day, you had a clear view of everything. You saw flags, you saw anything that they would hold up. Different countries always represented where they were coming from, because in Europe, it was like all the countries are like states. They're all right next to each other. So, people will always rep hard. And if I can see the flags, you for sure can see the lights, and again, maybe he did stop it before that or right after that and the video cut out. But yeah, I don't know. We weren't there, so I'm not going to say any more, but it's definitely visible and it's definitely capable of seeing something's off.
And I assume you got people who are like, stop the show. And obviously we'll see that, right? Because it's all coming out to light right now.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure there's probably thousands, if not, thousands is probably the accurate word, that are just like, keep going.
Yeah.
because they're not aware of what's going on.
They're unaware.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a reset I don't think is the worst thing. Like, yo, chill, everyone chill out. Like, let's say it's 10 minutes, get the kid, get him to safety, put him in the ambulance. Yeah. Like, you got your energy. You know what I mean? Like, we've been, all of us have probably been in the thick of a crowd at a concert, and your feet burn out. You just want to sit down. So if you're not jumping up and down, you're just catching your breath, it's a nice little reset. Then, all right, turn up,
Yeah.
That's a lack of communication, though. You know what I mean? Like, somebody from Live Nation or whoever's managing the event needs to be either in Chase B's ear or Travis's ear.
Yeah.
And be like, yo,
shut it down.
We got a Smurf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, bro, that should be automatic. Like, oh,
hit the button.
No. We're shutting this shit down for a sec.
So moving forward, does this what does this do to Travis? Does it make him bigger? Does it take away from his brand? Do people just kind of fade away?
No, I don't think it affects his brand. I don't think it affects, like, you know what I mean? I think he probably has to just focus on this for a little bit, which may push whatever he was working on currently to the back burner for a little while. But I don't
and it doesn't help that the name of his recent song is his latest release came out like last week. Escape Plan.
Oh yeah. It's bad timing for that. But to Mickey's point, like, there's been artists in the past that have continued to grow after these incidents happen at some of their shows or festivals or whatever. So I mean, but we do live in a different time. So who knows, man? People are so quick to try to cancel artists for whatever reason. But listen, if the baby is back at performing at Rolling Loud, listen, I think Travis is gonna be fine.
Yeah. Did you see? Again, Joe Budden's breakdown on the baby getting permission to perform Rolling Loud. Y'all got to listen to that, because basically the LGBTQ community, like the gatekeeper, said, okay, you're allowed to go make money now. And then they gave him a nice little tour. And just think about how, like, someone can control your flow. Like, one individual can control your flow of income because they allowed you to.
Who's the LGBTQ gatekeeper?
I don't know. So you got to listen to the episode, because it looks like some mafia type shit. But anyways, this may sound sick to some, but again, we live in a very different time, and some may say even sicker time. I think he becomes more popular after this. I think there's more attraction to him. There's this neck, because he's not doing Day in Vegas, or what's it called? The Vegas Festival.
Yeah. He's not.
So he's not doing that.
He canceled his second show at Astroworld. Yeah.
Right.
He's not doing that one.
I think there becomes more of a desire from these kids to want to, I think they become more attracted to something like this. It's like when the fentanyl stuff, I mean, it's still going on, but to my knowledge, if there's a drug out there that can possibly kill you, that can take you so high that it can probably kill you, if you're a drug user, you want to experience that. You want to teeter on the brink of life or death.
Nah, I can't relate.
Okay. There are some people
I hear you.
that are like that. And I think with some of these kids is, like, people died at that concert.
These kids aren't canceling Travis. Like,
no, for sure not canceling.
No, they haven't. We are. Like, the adults, the responsible people.
Yeah.
Like, we're the ones canceling them. Like, canceling him. I'm sorry.
I think people are a little conflicted, because it's like, yeah, it's not Travis's fault, but his name is on it, and someone's going to get the blame.
Yeah, but if he puts out a shoe tomorrow, is it selling out?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. Waddy J said he'll buy it. Yeah, so I really think
says, not on the mic.
Walk over. No.
Listen, man, if you're going to set up the mic like R&B singer, say something.
Yeah, I think this just makes him more desirable, especially when you take something away that's so desired. It just makes people want it more. Yeah. And if he steps away for a month or 2 or 3, whatever, just waits to the new year, and he says new concert or new song, new shoe, boom, people are going to be on it.
Yeah, give it some time.
No, that's what I said. Yeah,
take a break.
She's going to focus on this right now, and then
you got a new baby coming.
Yeah, once that smoke clears, he's going to go right back at it.
I found the most interesting thing about this is that y'all know Fortnite removed him from the game.
Did they really?
Wow.
Yeah, they removed him from the game. It's a big article CNN posted about it after the situation happened. They decided to, like, take him out of the store which, the kids, they had a concert, Travis Scott's concert on Fortnite.
Yeah.
So I can see, like you said, the demand's going to be there. People are going to want to see what's going on. I feel like you said it's going to bring more credibility to him because he's going to do a project where people will be like, I wonder what he's going to say about it.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to make something out of this. I don't personally think it's his fault.
No, yeah, it's not.
But you know how this world is.
I think he's already a mysterious dude, and that mystique factor plays so big for him. Now it just makes him even more mysterious. Like, what's he been doing? What's he got going on? Does he have something special coming out? I think it just adds to everything.
He got a lot on this plate because they got a new baby on the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot.
Yeah. Well, shoot, man, we will see. I had that other topic, but I think we can save it for next week. We can end it right here in the 1 hour mark.
Yeah.
Man.
We got more gigs in Ontario coming up?
Nope.
Yeah, man. Mm-hmm. If you do, let me know. I'm going with you. I just want to witness this shit.
Shit.
I mean, I tried to go to the last one, but my gig ended way too late for me to make it out there.
I'm going to ask you for a playlist.
Say, I got you. You know what?
Yeah.
All right.
Good times.
Yes, sir.
Good stuff, guys.
101 in the books.
Episode 101 in the books. Peace.